Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Richard Fletcher, and I will be hosting this podcast called How to Whatever. So, the main purpose of this podcast is to dive into how people feel on a daily basis, because I realize that we're welcoming 2023, and let's face it, no matter how tired we are of New Year's resolutions, we will always be trying to set some new goal for 2023. So here's a strategy that I'd love to employ for myself, and I'd love you to join me on this journey. So instead of setting a strategy for the entire year of 2023, let's try taking it day by day. All right. And the first thing that we want to do, really and truly, is we want to come to grips with what has happened in 2022. I mean, it has been one heck of a roller coaster, right? And just when you thought we could end this year in peace, like, we heard about so many tragedies just to close out this year. And I'm sorry to start off this thing on a sad note, but when I heard the news about the Brazilian superstar football player, the legendary Pele, and then to go on top of that, we're going to talk about barbarawalters, and then we're going to talk about the Pope, or the former Pope. I mean, it's just, these are just a few of the persons that, in the past, I don't know, 3 days, 4 days maybe, we've heard about. And it hits home. It hits home because the reality of the situation is we are human, and no matter how larger than life some humans can become because of fame, prosperity, success, we got to face these facts, and at some point we're going to have to face that reality that we're not here forever. What are we leaving behind, So tonight I wanted to just talk about how do we honor these people, how do we truly show that these people have made a difference in this world, and we want to celebrate their life. Yes, we're going to be sad that they're gone. Yes, we're only going to remember them through footage, photographs, and audio recordings. But how do we celebrate this, To start off, you want to talk about honor, and you want to know what is honor. Honor is actually a form of admiration, Honor is showing respect to somebody, and it doesn't have to be somebody you know. It could be somebody who has done something that you think is worth mention, And I'm currently going through a journey, like I said, learning how to honor people, even people who, in normal circumstances, I may not like them, but guess what? They are worthy of honor. They are people who came before me, and they've set up trend, and they've set the pathway, and they've found a way to impact what it is that we're doing now. So showing honor, and there are many ways we can do this, just simply respecting somebody who came before you is a great way of showing honor, just knowing that they are a predecessor, just knowing that you can learn from them, just being humble enough to accept whatever it is they've done, whether it be flawed or perfect, because let's face it, some of those goals Pele did, I mean, that overhead kick, I mean, mind-blowing. I grew up watching the man, and he has really shaped the world of football as we know it. And of course, for all of my Australian and American viewers, we're talking about soccer. So, it's one of those things that you have to just look back, and you have to laugh, and you have to enjoy what these people have given us. And tonight, one of the things that I wanted to just talk about is how do we show that honor, and then how do we receive honor? Because it's never just a one-way street. You'll find that the persons who only do one way, and most times it's just receiving honor. The persons who only receive, you'll find that their demeanor is not very admirable. You'll find that they may be a little conceited, and in this society, you kind of want to lean away from being too conceited, only because we're trying to build a better world when we're gone. You know, you don't want to leave a legacy of destruction when you pass. You want to know, or you want people to know, that you've done something. You've put something out there that can be remembered. Your name is now remembered for something great, you know. We watched a movie the other day called Knives Out, and this is the new one with Daniel Craig, and it's Onion. Somebody can type in the comment what it is. It's Onion something though, but it was hilarious. I mean, in the very end, you know, no spoiler alert by the way, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But in the end, you know, the guy says he wants to be remembered in the same breath as the Mona Lisa. And that is huge, because when you talk about art, everybody in the world knows the Mona Lisa. And if you want to be synonymous, or you want your name even mentioned in that bracket, then it's got to be big. You've got to go big. You know, it just so happens that it didn't really work out for him the way he wanted it to, but go watch the movie and you can come back and tell me what you think of that movie. We can do something on that. But yeah, this channel is, as you can see, it's a free-flowing channel. It's a channel that I want to eventually become interactive, because I want to hear from everybody who has watched this video what it is that you want out of life. Because we're here for a time period. We're here to show honor to other people who've come before us. We're here to emulate. We're here to guide. We're here to protect. We're here to grow, flourish, be successful. It's never been you're born today, you live a life, and then you just pass away and you're faded. Nobody wants that in this world. Everybody wants to be remembered, and in every culture there's a different way. If you've checked it out, in every culture there's a different way of remembering your ancestors. And let's face it, you know, being remembered, you want it to be in a positive light. So how do we do this? How do we honor those who have passed? And at the same time, how do we build our legacy into something that we will in turn receive honor? You know, for those who have children, you know, how do we pass on knowledge onto those children so that when we're not around, they'll remember what we've taught them? That's ultimately, as a parent, I'm a parent of two, and I try every day, you know, I try every day to just tell them something, just a little nugget that hopefully they'll remember down the line. And who knows, maybe it will just influence a decision that they're going to make. And then, you know, you have forks in your life, in that road, in that journey, and you make a decision this way, you know, you're going to have to live with that decision. If you make a decision this way, who knows, it may lead to a better opportunity. So, hey, what are we going to do? How are we going to pass this on? Please, I am starting this thing. I was definitely encouraged by my brother. He came and he visited me, and he said, dude, just turn on your camera and go for it. You know, don't try to make it perfect. Your first video is not going to be great, but just go for it. And I am. So please, I am looking for accountability partners. I am looking for inspiration. I'm looking for comments. I'm trying to make this as interactive as possible. The mission for this channel, for this podcast, is to get people to get on a phone call with me so that we can strengthen each other, because we've been separated long enough. You know, people have grown apart, just grown apart. They no longer care about their fellow man. When I used to be in college, I would see other college students who are on their way to the campus, and I'd be like, hey, you and I are at the same college. Why don't you jump in and let me, you know, take you to class so that you can get there 5 minutes earlier? We can't do that anymore. The society doesn't lend for lending an extra hand, lending a helping hand to somebody, you know. How are we going to have destiny helpers if people are afraid to help another person, you know? How are we going to build a better society if we aren't honorable to those who came before us? Nobody is going to want to help. So my mission is clear. I want to help everybody and help myself to learn how to whatever. So you can tell me, I have a list here, how to break bad habits. How do we break bad habits? How to move past hurt and trauma? How to make a good first impression? I mean, that one has been done to death, but we're gonna do it still. How to choose the right friends? You know, we could read books on it together, and then we can come and we can comment and we can share each other's opinions and learn. Because the point is, every single day we're experiencing something. It's a learning process, and you'll find that your frustration may come in if you're experiencing things and you're not learning from it. That's where the frustration is. Once you've learned from whatever experience you have, good or bad, the frustration is no longer there because your understanding has grown. So you're not frustrated by the same things. This is my son. He plays video games like all the time. He gets a new game, the first couple minutes, he's frustrated. But he's learning. And every time he plays that game, he gets better. Once he gets good enough, then he's when he calls me and says, hey, daddy, can you come and play with me? Because he knows he's going to insert. You know what he's going to do. So, you know, but that's the process. The process is each time we have that experience, each time we have any experience, we got to learn from it. We got to learn from those experiences. And once we learn from those experiences, we grow. And if you're not growing, you're going to get frustrated. I guarantee you. We were never meant to jump out of a learning institution into a cycle that keeps going and repetitively doing the same thing over and over every day. We were meant to learn and grow. I guarantee you on that, no matter what you believe. So, yeah, how to do whatever, you know? How do we leverage experiences to make money? Yo, that one is something that it was downloaded to me from the heavens. And I'm telling you, how do we leverage these experiences? This is the journey that I'm on right now. Because I have so many things that I feel like I could use to it just needs that much of a catalyst. And I'm going to encourage everybody here who is on this podcast. Let's do this together, you know? I'm strong in some points, you may be strong in other points, but we need to come together. And I'm not about being the next, you know, champion on Twitter. I'm not about starting a trend or a TikTok live stream. I'm not about that. I'm about interacting with people, because I think that's where a lot of things have been disjointed. I think the society that we live in right now has just been looking on. It's just onlookers. You know, you see all those cartoons with people pulling out their phones and taking pictures. We're just looking. How can you be a spectator to life? That's not right. We are players, and none of us want to remain pawns. So let us play this game of life, but let us play it together. Because I'm not against you, and you're not going. I hope nobody's against me. You know, maybe you just see my face and don't like how I look. But that's what we're doing. We're doing this, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great experience. And so that I don't go off topic, how do we honor those who've gone before us? Personally, respect, admiration. That means you're not going to speak ill of other people, especially those who've come and gone before you. So the very first thing is we can just remove all bad speech about anybody who we're going to honor. If you're honoring somebody, you can't speak bad about them. So let's just take that out. All right? Second point in honoring people. When you want to honor somebody, you kind of lift them up. You show them respect. It's not about knowing that you respect them. You show them respect. So if you want to honor somebody who's passed away, or somebody who's here with us now, because we don't have to wait until they're gone. If you want to honor somebody, let them know. If you don't want to let them know in person, put it out there. That's what social media can be for. You know, let people know that this is somebody who you admire. Learn about them, learn their accomplishments, accept their flaws, because we are all flawed. We will all make mistakes. You will not agree with somebody you honor all the time, but they will have something that you admire. So respect them, honor them, admire them, even from a distance. They've said you don't want to meet your heroes. Honor them from a distance, and show that. This is how I'll go deeper. Believe me, I will. But this is how we free our minds of clouded, judgmental speech. Because the positivity that we're going to be putting out in the world is going to come back to us. And this is how other people will look at us. People look at me and they're wondering, like, you know, how is it that you're able to move through all of these different avenues of different types of people and nobody is going after your neck? I don't go around accumulating haters. You know, that's been a term that we've used over time. My haters. Oh, big up to all my haters. We don't have to go around accumulating haters. You know, we can show honor, and the people who you think are haters are actually showing you honor because they know what you're about. Do you know what you're about? Do I know what I'm about? Let's start there. You know what I mean? Let's figure out what we are about. Let's honor those who've gone before us because they have set, even if it's going to be a pathway that we're not following exactly, but they've done it. They've done something. And if you watch all the videos, if you watch all the tapes, those people who've gone before us, they actually influence what we do today, right? So either you're going to follow exactly what they do and then you're going to improve on it and put your own spin on it, or you're going to learn from what they've done and maybe you're going to do it a little differently and yours is going to be something of legends. So YouTube, podcast people, reach out to me. Hit me up in the comments. I'm going to set up a call line so that we can jump online and we can talk. And that way, when I'm going live or when I'm recording these videos, we can set a time and we can talk. And let's hatch out all of these things that has been bothering humanity, because we are all humans and we all want to know how to be better humans. No matter how good you are, no matter how much of a philanthropist, no matter how much of a Mother Teresa, there's room for improvement. I know it, you know it, let's get it. So thank you very much. If you've reached this point in the video, I'm looking at 17 minutes. I didn't know I could do this. My aim was 15. So if you've gotten to this point, thank you. Leave your comment, tell me what you want us to talk about. Let me set up my call line so that you guys can reach out to me and let's get talking. Let's build a community of people who are looking to improve themselves. Not just a 2023, oh, new year, not just a 2023, but a daily, what's the word I'm looking for? A daily progression of improvement, small increments that will form into good habits over time. Thank you guys, God bless you. I hope to see you guys. I hope to talk to you guys. I'm looking forward to it. Peace out. Later.